Hello artist friends, today I want you to go on a little hunt in your house and look for any kind of markers or pens that you can find that are still working. Make sure the ink is working, because if you start drawing and they stop, it's kind of annoying. So I have a pen, I have a red marker, very, very fine point. Actually, it's like a paintbrush. I have Sharpie markers, I have the extra fine, which are a nice pointy tip. There's ink in there, that's a new one. This one has been used, so the point is rounded, so I can probably get thicker lines out of this. And this one is a brand new one, so it's very pointy. So today's lesson is going to be all about line. Alright, now I have all my markers ready to go. I think I'll just start with my extra fine Sharpie. And today's lesson is about line. We're going to create shapes using line. So my design is actually going to be a mountain range. So if I start with a line at the edge of the paper, I'm going to go up and make a kind of a wiggly line and let it go off the side. Then I'm going to add to that, maybe make another line and let it go off the side. Okay, now I'm going to take those two lines, which have now become shapes, and I'm going to turn them into shapes using line. Now, if I start here, I'm going to break this up, follow along, let that go off the side. So now I have shapes made from a line. Now if I do this again, divide this up, maybe it becomes a shape there. Now what I can actually do to make this look like this mountain has the sun shining on this side and this side's in a shadow, I just follow along the shape that I've created. It's called a contour. The outline line of the line of the shape is called a contour. So I just follow along the contour and I just repeat lines. I'm going to create a texture. It's also going to create contrast. It's going to look darker and this space will be lighter. When you put your lines closer together and make more of them, it will be a darker space or darker shape. Try your best not to let your lines touch. Okay, so follow along. Now as I get through here, I can add another line if I like. Maybe this goes this direction. I follow along. Maybe end it here. These lines are a little bit further apart, so it looks like there's more light available, shining on this space. So follow along the contour of this line, or of the shape. Now I just follow along here. It looks like it's the side of that mountain. Now what I can do, because I have a little overlapping going on, that line I want to make darker. So I can use this marker, or I can use a thicker marker. I'm tracing over because I don't like the way my marker went over into the other space. You see what's happening? It starts to create a form. Now on this side, since it's in the light, I'm going to put my lines farther apart. Okay? I'm going to show you in a different view. Alright, so now I'm going to try my other marker. Maybe this space is supposed to be darker. So now I'm going to use my lines again, but not letting them touch. And this space, or this form that I'm created using lines, is actually a darker space because my lines are thicker. You'll see how it comes together at the end. And I'm just going to trace this line. back to my other line, my other marker. And I'd like to create some more texture in this space. Just follow along. I'm just repeating the lines, almost in a pattern. A pattern that changes we call a rhythm, just like in music. So we have patterns and we have rhythms. This is nice and calming. Art therapy. And when you get to a space like that, then you stop. Maybe I can change this space and go the other direction. So it looks like the mountain range has a bend, or another side in the form of the mountain. Mountain formations. There we go. A true line drawing. Making this one thicker. Okay, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to do it on fast motion so you can watch. For the ground, I'm going to do pretty much the same thing, but I'm going to experiment with my other markers. My thick marker, I have a thin pen. I'm going to start with a thick line, and I'm going to build on that. Maybe there's a little hill, and it drops a little bit. I'll just draw a few random lines. When you close a line, you have a shape. And I'm going to try it with the pen. Oh, I want to close the shape first. All right, I'll do the stop motion so you can follow along for the time lapse. Once all your inking is done and dry, give it a little time to dry. Use an eraser. You like my eraser? Someone gave this to me, former student. It's an ear. So you can erase any pencil line. So I made my sun or my moon, I don't know which it is, looks more like a sun. And I sketched a few shapes for some clouds in the sky. And I stopped so that the white contrast creates the illusion of a cloud. So once you erase, sign your work, you are done. Let your lines take you on a journey.